If you guys didn't know, I just launched a second channel with exclusive bonus Call of Duty content, ring around the rosy on your ass, bud, and more. Click the link in the description, go over there and subscribe. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Infinite Warfare video. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about some brand new news that just came out today, and I'm also going to be covering the patch notes, which came out I think about 2 or 3 days ago. Usually I'm one of the first people to cover the patch notes, but unfortunately this weekend the patch notes came out, I guess, right as I was leaving because I was on a snowboarding trip this whole weekend, and that's why I'm going to be covering these patch notes 2 or 3 days late for Infinite Warfare. So if you guys have already heard of those, my apologies for being late on this one. Obviously, I was away from the computer because I was on a snowboarding trip, but there's also some other stuff which I recommend you guys, some Black Ops 3, some Modern Warfare Remastered, and then of course the Infinite Warfare patch notes. Going to be covering all of that today, so if you guys will enjoy this video, please smash a like up on this thing. 2,000 likes would be awesome because I have some very exciting news about updates that are going to be coming out tomorrow morning most likely, and let's get right into it. So before I get to the Infinite Warfare patch notes, I think I should cover this first, which is Black Ops 3 had a huge update today, 1.8 gigabytes, and now found in Black Ops 3, people were going offline mode and finding stuff actually in the private match, like restricted weapons. The weapons they found were the M16 assault rifle and the PPSH SMG, which the PPSH was a very popular SMG from Zombies and from Call of Duty World at War, a very good one and a very popular one, and these two were found in Black Ops 3. Obviously I can't show pictures because they're not out yet, but my guess would be that these are going to come out tomorrow morning, so that's going to be super exciting. I'm going to wake up early and hopefully these things come out tomorrow morning, but if they don't come out tomorrow morning, they're definitely going to be coming out sometime this week because they are in the code, for not even in the files, they're literally in the game. People are looking at it in private match, no gameplay, but just pictures of it being in the menu. M16 and PPSH in this Black Ops 3 update. The rest of that Black Ops 3 update was basically just fixes, tiny fixes to bugs. There's like 4 things, really nothing important there. The other thing is for you Modern Warfare Remastered fans, a patch is planned for tomorrow as well, fixing spawns, collateral damage, kill cams, increased server send rate, and many more fixes are included. So basically fixing a lot of the things people have been complaining about in Modern Warfare Remastered, such as the collaterals, the spawns, and that's going to be coming out tomorrow as well. So tomorrow we definitely have a Modern Warfare Remastered update, and I would guess we're going to get Black Ops 3 weapons. That would be my guess. Now, for the Infinite Warfare patch notes, like I said, these did come out a few days ago, but of course I was away on that snowboarding trip. I'm going to be covering everything here. So, featured content and what's new. We have the Demolition game mode, which is in the game right now until February 10th. There was Double Crypto Key Weekend this past weekend, which is actually ended today. They also added Hardcore Sabotage into DLC tab, added Sabotage TDM into DLC tab, and Sabotage Mosh Pit. So they're really keeping the DLC playlist separate from the general playlist, which is something they had to do on the last few recent CODs because of the low player rate that's actually behind the DLCs. If they make everything DLC only, you're going to have absolutely no chance of finding like a hardpoint match or, matches or game modes that people don't play as much. So that's why they have to keep everything DLC separate from the regular playlist separate. And that's something a lot of people have been asking. Now, we have some general fixes and some big changes to payloads to the specialist system of Infinite Warfare. And we'll get right into that. So phase shift cooldown has increased from 60 seconds to 90 seconds, and rewind cooldown has increased from 60 seconds to 90 seconds. So some really big nerfs here to the Synaptic bot, which was a really powerful combat rig. Of course, phase shift and rewind are actually really powerful payloads, and I thought honestly it was kind of, I remember when I made my video on the best payloads and covering every payload, I thought it was ridiculous that these ones only had a 60-second timer on them to basically refresh, and that's in TDM. Every minute you're going to be getting a gosh damn phase shift or a rewind. It's absolutely overpowered. That has now been changed to 90 seconds, so a pretty big nerf to that. Obviously, a 33.3% nerf there. We have overdrive cooldown increased from 70 seconds to 90 seconds. I really don't think overdrive should be on the same cooldown as rewind and phase shift because overdrive just speeds you up. Phase shift and rewind really give you outplayability to, outgun people and stuff like that, and they actually help you in combat. So I don't think they should be on that. I think Overdrive should be the lowest cooldown in the game, much like it was in Black Ops 3, but I guess it's matching the other lowest ones. Gravity Vortex cooldown has reduced from 310 seconds to 290 seconds, so that's for the Gravity Vortex gun. I really never ever used that, but it definitely did need a buff, and it got a 20-second one, which is really nothing. It still takes 290 seconds, which is a really, really long time. Reactive armor health was reduced from 133 HP to 114 HP, and reactive armor duration has been reduced from 9 seconds to 7 seconds. So some pretty big nerfs here to what I would say is my favorite payload in the game. The reactive armor was very powerful. The 133 HP to 114 HP, that's a really big nerf. And then the reduction of 9 seconds to 7 seconds, this really sucks, to be honest. Now you're going to be at 114 HP for 7 seconds. That's really nothing. That's an extra bullet, maybe. Really doesn't help you that much. Definitely reactive armor is not going to be as powerful as it was once in the game. And then the 7 seconds nerf is also pretty huge. I think I'm gonna have to test it out here. I think it could actually still be pretty strong, but obviously it won't be the #1 specialist anymore. We have active camo duration has been reduced from 10 seconds to 7 seconds. I think that is granted because active camo was really overpowered in the game right now. Pulsar cooldown increased from 120 seconds to 150 seconds, and pulsar mark time has been reduced from 6 seconds to 5 seconds. So the biggest nerfs here come to the pulsar, the active camo, reactive armor, phase shift, and rewind, and then a tiny little buff to the gravity vortex. Now, those are all the changes for payloads. We also had a lot of weapon changes, which I'm going to cover here. The Hailstorm decreased fire time between bursts, slight increase in damage range. So that's a buff to the Hailstorm. We all have the epic Hailstorm pistol we got for free, the Hailstorm Thunder. So a pretty good buff to a weapon that I thought was already pretty powerful. That's definitely going to be the pistol to run nowadays. The DMC-8 shotgun, slightly increased damage and damage range. And the DCM-8 Mashoshish, I don't even know how to say that, but I think that's a legendary variant. Lifeline perk updated, large mag size, taking damage fully regenerates mag. So that's actually very good. That might actually be the epic variant of it. I'm not really sure. But that variant got a pretty big buff there, as well as that gun. There was a pretty underpowered shotgun before, so I'm going to have to test that out, or you guys can let me know what you guys are thinking of that. The Banshee Siren, which is another shotgun, shockwave perk updated, improved damage while sliding, and damage causes hearing loss, so a little buff to the Banshee shotgun while sliding. EBR 800 Osiris, Hunter Killer perk updated, no sniper glint, enemies at low health are highlighted. I do like that EBR 800, especially because it can switch between the sniper and the assault rifle, so a little buff to that. Kendall 44 Cartel, secondary perk changed to stability, so they changed that variant in general. That's the epic Kendall 44. The DMR1 Spectacle Reflex perk, built-in custom reflex sight, now has tracking chip and improved ADS time for all scopes. That is crazy, because the DMR1, I actually have the variant of that where you get to run it like an assault rifle, but the thing that killed it is that it took so damn long, even with quick draw, to aim down sights. So this could be a pretty big buff to especially the epic variant of the DMR1. The Rack 9 Smoothbore one-shot kill zone at mid-range now includes lower torso and upper arms, so a very good buff to that variant of the Rack 9. Kendall 44 Advantage, secondary perk changed to steady, so just another change to the variants. Very minimal stuff here. Mauler Mammoth, slower aim down sights and reduced movement speed. I think that kind of sucks, but it is warranted. The Mauler Mammoth was so damn overpowered. You would die instantly to it. You really had no chance. 2 bullets and you were dead. Now, it's still going to kill you in 2 bullets, but it's going to feel more like an LMG because of the slower aim down sights and the reduced movement speed. The MacTav 45, aka the UMP 45, a slight increase to recoil when firing ADS, so more recoil for that. The M1, a slightly decreased return speed when firing ADS, which will generally just make it feel like it has more recoil, so it's a nerf to that as well. And the Howitzer, which is like a launcher, direct impact kills have been fixed. So those are all the changes we have to the guns in this patch and the payloads. This was a pretty big patch update, some really big changes I'm going to have to test out here. I'm hoping that UMP doesn't have too much recoil, but I think these changes overall, a lot of them aren't really good for me as a player because a lot of the stuff I like to use the most overpowered and the best stuff in the game. A lot of that stuff is getting nerfed, but in general, that is good for the game because when the best guns get brought, or the overpowered ones get brought down to a good level, that gives other guns a chance to be overpowered and, you know, makes the game more balanced and lets you use more things. For example, now you don't have to run the synaptic bot every time, and you don't have to run the reactive armor, because now maybe other stuff like the claw will be the best in the game because of these specific nerfs happening in this game. Once again, sorry for being 2 or 3 days late on this thing. It was because I was on a trip. Hope you guys did enjoy this. I covered everything you guys need to know happening in Black Ops 3, Modern Warfare Remastered, Infinite Warfare patch notes. That is everything. Please drop a like on this thing. Let's go for 2,000 likes. Sub for a cookie and don't lookie. And that's about it, guys. Have a great night, and I'm out. Peace.